Yeah, okay, this is week 3 stuff. Okay, week 3. This week is technology, words and sentences and questions associated often with technology. Okay, this video is technology 1, and there's another video, technology 2. Maybe this week there is only 2 videos. Maybe only 2 videos. Why? Well, I already know the Technology 2 video is almost 40 minutes. 40 minutes long, and it's a lot of work for you, I know. Okay, but it's good stuff, it's useful stuff, it's common stuff, okay? And if you add this Technology 1 to it, well, that's over an hour already. Okay, uh, whatever. Somebody complained. Okay, I don't care. But these are good videos. These are good, useful stuff for you. All to do with technology this week, mostly. Okay. I can add in a quick, short 2-minute video if you want. Make it 3 videos. I don't know. But let's get going. Okay. Technology. The pictures here you can see. When you send a text to your friend on your smartphone, your cell phone, do you always write out the whole words, the entire words? Okay, here you see Q for you, question for you. Okay, BF and GF, boyfriend and girlfriend, or BBF also means uh, best friend forever, or best boyfriend, or best girl. I don't know what different. There's all kinds of different yakja abbreviations. Okay, and this one ASAP. This is one you need. You have to know this one. You gotta know this one by now. ASAP. As soon as possible. If you get any job in any company, if you get any job, the boss is going to ask you to do something. You ask the boss, well, when do you need this done? ASAP. As soon as possible. Okay? But as soon as possible really means get it done now. Okay? ASAP is an extremely very common, useful. Okay? Yakja. This is a business one, yes, but, well, can use in regular friend conversation also. And see you. What is see you? Well, 나중에 또 봅시다. 다시 봐요. See you. See you. Okay. See you later. See CUL can be. Okay. CUL. See you later. Okay. See you. And the convenience store, if you go some of the quick convenient marts. Okay, GS25 and mini stop, and well, there's also a CU. Well, that's what it means. See you later to get something. LOL. League of Legend? No. League of Legend, is it? I don't know. Whatever. But the original LOL, lots of luck. Lots of luck. Okay, that can be a good wish, that can be somewhat negative. Okay. But, okay, well, this is all technology. Okay. Look at the signs, look at the pictures. Okay, PDF, cursor, the mouse. What's the blue symbol? What's all the little green and pink and blue dots? Okay. And the digital. Digital is always 1 and 0, 1 and 0. And who is that sitting at the computer? Okay, all of these. You've got to know these. Okay? Okay. And okay, here's a lot of useful, common technology words. Okay, it's not all computer stuff, but yeah, a lot of computer and internet stuff. Uh, yeah, actually, well, no, not all of it. Adobe Reader, blog, Bluetooth, bookmark, cloud computing, internet, cookie, cookies. Usually it's cookie, but whatever. CPU, crash. Your hard drive crashes. Cursor, default settings, defrag, device, digital versus analog. VS. What is VS? Digital vs analog. Digital versus analog. Which is better, digital or analog? Okay, what's good with digital? What's good with analog? Versus. VS is versus. Okay. Uh, Firewall, font, hacker, hotspot, that's hi-fi, Wi-Fi all the time. Icon, ISP, megapixel, mouse, MP3, MP4. Well, yeah, it's getting old, but people still use them. Multitasking, multitasking, doing many things at the same time. Netiquette, netizen, OS, operating system. Fishing, PH, just like going fishing. You're trying to catch a fish. Well, bad guys usually, they send scam emails to you. They're trying to get your bank information. They're trying to get your name. They're trying to get your ID number. They're fishing for your personal information. Pixel, printer driver, program, protocol, reboot, remote, search engine, snail mail versus email. When's the last time you went to the post office and sent a letter? Snail mail, spam, trash, URL, zip versus unzip, compress versus decompress. Okay? You see these every day, all the way, everywhere. And talking about technology, Young Waywald talking about technology. Well, uh, one of the very useful sentence structures is, do you know how to? Do you know how to fix a computer? Do you know how to build a computer? Do you know how to buy a computer? Okay, the sentence structure is, do you know how to plus present verb plus, well, what do you want to ask exactly? Okay, do you know how to 동사는 현재 present verb plus whatever you're asking. Okay, here's a bunch of examples. Do you know how to use present tense verb use the computer printer? Next one, do you know how to make present tense verb make copies on the copy machine? Copy machine. I can't remember. Do you know how to email? Okay, email is a noun. Email is also a verb. Okay, when's the last time you emailed somebody? Emailed. Okay, do you know how to email a PDF file? Okay, next, do you know how to upload? Upload. The verb, present tense. Okay, do you know how to upload a video to YouTube? Next, do you know how to start? 시작. Do you know how to start a YouTube channel? It's actually pretty easy if you have Gmail. Next, do you know how to connect your phone to Wi-Fi? Pretty simple. Do you know how to connect? Present tense verb. Start, present tense verb. Upload, present tense verb. Okay, down there, next one. Do you know how to post photos on Facebook? Upload, post, well, similar, but not the same really. Do you know how to drive a car? Drive, yeah. And do you know how to go to Tokchongyok, Tokchong subway station? Okay, do you know how to go? Present tense verb, go. Okay, okay. Okay, again, do you know how to? Do you? I'm talking to you. I'm asking you. It's only me and you together talking. Okay, but now here, does your mother know how to? I'm talking to you about your mother. I'm talking to you about a different person. Okay, there's three people involved in this one. Does your mother know how to? Whatever. Okay. Does your mother? I am talking to you. I am asking you about your mother. I am asking you about your grandfather. I am asking you about your teacher. Okay, that's the basic structure. Okay, question structure, sentence structure. Does your mother know how to? Okay, and again, does your mother know how to? 동사는 현재, present tense verb. Does your mother know how to? Next, you need a present tense verb, and then plus whatever you're asking exactly. Okay, example, does your mother know how to use a computer on the internet? Okay, the same structure. Does your mother know how to? Next, the verb. Use. Present tense verb. Use. And what exactly are you asking about? A computer on the internet. Use a computer. Okay, next, does your grandfather, 할아버지, does your grandfather know how to? I'm still talking to you about another person. Does, does. Okay, when it's only me and you talking, it's do you. But here it's always does your teacher, does your grandfather. I am asking you about another person. Okay, does your teacher know how to make, present tense verb, make copies on a copy machine? Does your father know how to drive to Gangnam? Okay, the city, Gangnam. Does your boyfriend know how to upload videos to YouTube? Does your girlfriend know how to cook spaghetti? Okay, put whoever, whatever person in there, but it always starts, does your, does your best friend, does your favorite pet store, doesn't need a person, right? You're still talking about one thing, one pet store. Does, okay? Does your favorite pet store know how to train, teach? Does your favorite pet store know how to train a dog to sit? Okay? Yeah, okay. This is easy. Okay, week 3 technology, you're talking about do you know how? Do you know how to? I am asking, you are asking one other person, do you know how to? Whatever. Okay. Do you know how to program a computer? Okay, but here, okay, Omana Chaju, always, usually, often, frequently, generally, you're putting this into do you always know what you're doing? Do you usually know what you're doing? Do you often know what you're doing? Do you frequently know what you're doing? Do you generally know what you're doing? Okay, putting these words in always, usually, often, frequently, generally. It adds more flavor to your conversation. And it's adding, you're asking just how much does the person know about what he's doing. Okay? Do you always know how to program a computer? Okay, different computers are different. Okay, do you usually know how to get to the post office? Wherever you are in the city, do you usually know how to get to that same post office? Okay, but sometimes and occasionally, be careful using them because it's often a negative comment. Okay, the person uh, uh, you're talking to, you say this, do you sometimes know just what you're doing? Do you occasionally know what you're doing? Okay, you're watching somebody do something, but it looks like they do not know what to do. Okay, so you ask them, do you sometimes know how to program this computer? He's making mistakes on something maybe. A guy comes into your house. He starts playing with the gas range, the gas. Do you know what you're doing? Are you sure you know what you are doing? Okay. Yes, it can be very negative, but it's also being careful. Okay. He's doing something dangerous, playing with the gas. Are you sure you know what you are doing? And okay, of course, with the same structure. Do you usually know? Well, same. Does your mother always know? Does your mother usually know? Does your mother frequently know? Does your mother generally know? Okay, whatever she's trying to do. Does your mother usually know how to cook whatever she's cooking? Does your girlfriend, does your girlfriend generally know how to cook? Generally, most foods, does she know how to cook? Okay. Uh, does your mother frequently know how to buy, your clothes, whatever? Okay. Here, does your teacher usually know how to make copies on most copy machines? Does your teacher usually, whatever copy machine, Osagi, whatever copy machine the teacher is using, do they know how to use different copy machines? Okay. Does your teacher usually know how to make copies on most copy machines? Does your best friend always know how to make you happy? Okay. Does your best friend always know what makes you happy? Okay. And does your grandfather generally know how to use a computer? Generally. Okay. The easy things, kind of, maybe. Okay. Does your grandfather generally know how to use a computer? Okay. In Korea, many grandmothers, grandfathers, they don't use computers. In America, most older people, they still know. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Sometimes, occasionally, yes, still kind of negative. Does your grandfather actually know how to use a computer? Okay, you're being negative about your grandfather. Does your grandfather actually know? Okay, actually, not always, it's not usually, but it's actually, you're emphasizing. I don't think grandfather knows what he's doing. Okay, does your grandfather really know what he is doing with that? Okay, it's negative. Yes. Okay. Okay. Omanachaju, how often? Okay, here I've given you the 100%, 90%, 80%, 50%, 20%, 10%. Okay, the very common words, the basics. How often do you? Okay, the answers, how do you answer? How often do you send email? Well, every now and then, okay, 50%, every now and then, not very often, okay. Um, how often do you use your smartphone? Oh, all the time, always, every day. I use my smartphone every day. Okay, how often do you use your smartphone? I, stayed up, the answer, I use my smartphone, same as the question. Tashi, again, how often do you use your smartphone? Answer, I use my smartphone all the time. Okay, but you don't need to repeat it really, but again, how often do you use your smartphone? Oh, always, every day. Okay, uh, these are the common how often do you. As often as possible, 90%. Frequently, 2 times a week, 80%. 70%, usually, generally, once a week or so, maybe something like that. 60%, sometimes once every 2 weeks, not often, okay. 40%, not too often. Not often and not too often, it's not the same, okay. 60% not often, 40% not too often, not very often, okay. 30% rarely, very seldom, once, one, once, one time every 4 months. 30% rarely, very seldom, once every 4 months, one time every 4 months, okay. And 20% hardly ever. 20% once in a blue moon. What's a blue moon? 2 moons in 1 month. Okay. And 10% never. I never, never, ever smoke. Okay. I never drink alcohol. Okay. Never. Okay. And okay, here's the examples. Okay. Whatever you do. Oh, I never. I very seldom. I almost never. When you really want to emphasize, when you really want to accent, you don't do something, you say I. Next word is I never, I almost never, I very seldom. You're accenting, you're emphasizing, you don't do something, okay? Okay, examples, real examples. Here we have some answers. How do you answer? How often do you? Okay, how often do you? Next, present tense verb. How often do you make? How often do you upload? How often do you go? How often do you eat? How often do you drive? Okay. How often do you make copies on a copy machine? Stayed up. Answering. Well, I make the same words in the question you can put in the answer. Okay, how often do you make copies on a copy machine? I make copies about once or twice a week. Okay, but you don't have to repeat. Again, how often do you make copies? About once or twice a week. Good, good enough. It works. How often do you upload videos? Maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Yeah. How often do you upload videos? I upload videos maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Okay, how often do you go bike riding? Bike riding, it's my exercise. I go bike riding almost every day. I go bike riding most every day. I go bike riding almost every day. Same thing here. Okay, how often do you go? Present tense verb. Okay, how often do you sleep? Until noon. What time is noon? 00, 12, straight up. Okay. How often do you sleep until noon? I sleep until noon most every Saturday and Sunday. Okay. Most. Almost every Saturday. Most every. Well, here it's near the same. Okay. How often do you eat pizza? How often do you eat spaghetti? Well, if it's Papa John's pizza, every chance I get. Okay. Maybe not always because, well, I don't have money every day. But every chance I get whenever I have money. Okay. Okay. More answers for, okay. Uh, how often does your mother? How often does your mother? Plus present tense verb in blue. Okay. How often does your mother make copies on a copy machine? The answer. My mother must make copies almost every day at her job. Okay. Real answer. My mother makes copies almost every day. Must make copies almost every day. Okay. How often does your girlfriend upload videos on YouTube? My girlfriend uploads videos. Okay, about 3 times a month. About 3 times. 1 week, yes. Next week, no. Next week, yes. 3 times. I'm bummed. Okay, my father only how often does your father go bicycle riding? My father only has time on the weekends to go bicycle riding. Okay, the answer, how often does your father go bicycle? Well, he works. Only on the weekends does he go bicycle riding. My father only has time on the weekends. Your teacher, how often does your teacher give homework for you to do? My teacher gives homework. My teacher gives homework almost every class, but it's easy homework. Okay, my teacher. You and I are talking about another person. My teacher gives, Gives, Escaleo. My girlfriend. You and I are talking about another person, your girlfriend. Okay, uploads, S. Okay, but how often do you? Well, I make, I upload, I go, I give. S underline. You don't need S. It's you. Okay, and last one. How often does your best friend copy your school homework? Always. Ah, okay. Okay, and change around the words. We can make yes and no questions. Okay. How often do you make copies on a copy machine? How often do you upload videos onto YouTube? How often do you go bicycle riding? Okay, well, I go bicycle riding every day. I upload videos 2 or 3 times a month. Okay, well, if you want to make just a yes or no answer, you don't care exactly how much, how often. You just want to know, yes, they do, no, they don't. Well, take out the word often. Don't use the word often. Uh, no. Take out the word how. Take out the word how. Okay. Do you often go bicycle riding? Down at the bottom, the green. Do you often plus 동사는 현재. Do you often plus present tense verb. Okay. Do you, it's a yes or no answer. Do you, it's always a yes or no answer. Okay. Do you often go bicycle riding? Yes, I do. Or do you often go bicycle riding? Yeah. Not asking any kind of time. Okay, how often? Do you often upload videos? Yes. Do you often sleep until noon? Well, no. Do you often sleep until 12 o'clock? No, I don't. And do you often eat pizza? Yes, I do. Every day. I would. Okay. Change around. How often do you take out the often? Start the question with do you becomes a yes or no answer. And once again, you and I are talking about another person. How often does your mother make copies on a copy machine? Okay, you and I are talking about another person. How often does? How often does your mother? How often does your girlfriend? Your girlfriend is not here. Maybe. Your girlfriend is not, your mother is not here. Maybe. Okay, but whether the person is here or not, use does. How often does your father go bicycle riding? How often does your teacher? Okay, but you can make these also yes or no answers. Okay, does your mother? Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Does your father ride bicycle? Yes, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Or does your teacher make copies? No, he doesn't. Okay. Does your girlfriend often upload videos onto YouTube? Yes, she does. Or no, she doesn't. Does not. Does your teacher often give homework for you to do? Yes, she does. Does your teacher often give homework for you to do? No, she doesn't. Does not. Doesn't. Does your best friend often copy your school homework? No, he doesn't. Does your best friend often copy your school homework? Yes, all the time. Yes, he does. And does your father often go bicycle riding? No, he doesn't. Changing around the words. Take out the word often. Take out the word how. And start with does your, does your, does your. Okay? Makes it yes or no. Okay, finally, 숙제, homework, attendance, 추석도. Okay, send me an email. Okay, these are real questions. Okay, just give me a short answer. How often? Every day? All the time? Never? Well, he does it sometimes. Whatever. Okay, how often do you surf on the internet? Surf. What is surf on the internet. You go to one site, that's boring, you go to another site, that's boring, go to another site. Okay, just keep surfing to different websites, internet sites. How often do you? Every day, all the time? Sometimes, only on the weekends. Every night after I'm done with my homework. Maybe. Next, how often does your father drink coffee? I'm talking to you about another person. Your other person does your father. Does. S. Trabajo. Okay. Next, number 3. How often do you watch YouTube videos for more than 2 hours? Do you watch YouTube videos? Usually, how many hours can you sit there watching videos? More than 2 hours? Sometimes. Ugh, never. Okay, and next, Joshime. How often does your family eat out at a restaurant? Eat out. You go to a restaurant to eat. You don't eat at home. You eat outside your house, outside your home. Eat out at a restaurant. Your family goes to a restaurant. Eat out. How often does? Does is usually a single something. Yeah, your family. How many families do you have? You have one family. How often does your family? Okay, how often do your mother and father? How often do your mother and father? But here, how often does your family? Next, how often do you smoke? Marimak, how often does your grandfather drive? Okay, once a week, only on Sunday? I don't know.